So hello and welcome to another episode of Talking Out Loud with me, George Cressy. What a World Cup. It isn't going to come home, but my oh my did our boys try. Trippier, unbelievable. Lingard, what a goal that was. The penalty shootout against Colombia. The waistcoats, the Gareth Southgates, and Slabhead. You know, they had everything and they gave everything, and I, for one, give them a big old round of applause for that. So well done, chaps. Today's pod does stick in the theme of worldliness, I guess. I don't think our guest today is too involved in the football side of things, but 28-year-old Angelo Noviello is an Italian gentleman and possibly the best travel person I've ever met. This is a great little convo. It was recorded 12 hours after the last pod with Ali, the murder detective. Episode 10, do give that a listen. Throughout the pod we'll try to talk through the narrative of his life so far, certainly in terms of travelling, from getting out around 18 into the tourism world, working in Egypt, Greece and other parts of Northern Africa, all the way through to living with headhunter tribes in Borneo. So literally the full spectrum of travel escapades and stories this man will regale us with over the next hour. We'll also touch on the wisdom that hornbills can give you, how to travel for 3 years off 5 months' wages, and also a nice heavy discussion on the book Sapiens. So yeah, I really enjoyed this conversation. I really hope you guys do too. Do subscribe, do listen in, do give it a like and a share, and enjoy. Play it. So podcast number 2 within 12 hours. So I'm having a coffee here in Kathmandu again with an interesting gentleman we met 2 days ago in Chitwan National Park, and yeah, got to chatting and I thought this guy would be quite useful to get on a podcast. So first things first, if you could just introduce yourself. That's a monkey or something. Yeah, let's try to take it out. Yeah, exactly, man. So yeah, just a little bit about yourself, name, occupation, all that jazz, and yeah, just a bit about your story.
Alright. So, nice to meet you again. My name is Angelo, I'm from Italy, 28 I guess, I have to remember something.
Excellent.
Nothing, I live around the world, so that's what I do in my life, just moving around, keep traveling, another country, another job, and discovering, learning from people, learning from culture, for myself first of all, and the nature. That's most of all why I go around, is nature. I love wild place, wild animal, and ethnic minority. That's my main interest, you know. I try to find jungle place, you know, deep forest or untouched tribe.
Excellent.
Not city, not thank you very much. Not city, not hamburger, not Coca-Cola society, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Out of it, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Okay. So, I mean, we met in Chitwan and we were just chatting before we start recording.
Yeah.
So Chitwan, for me, I thought it was one of the wildest things I've ever done. But you were saying a little bit small,
Not special.
a little bit tame.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. There is a lot of animal. Of course, we weren't in the right season because if you go in, I think before the monsoon, the summer is better, more hot, more animal.
Okay.
And the big grass you see, the
Elephant grass.
no, the elephant grass, they get cut, so it's more easy to see the view,
That's
more
what
longer
the guys
view.
were saying as well.
So
Okay.
that's why also wasn't the best moment for us. Yeah, but for me a big disappointment was that I was not that free to go around as I'm used to go around the forest. And of course I can understand that tourism, they don't know who is in front of you. You cannot allow everybody to just walk in the forest, of course. But yeah, I used to do this in many places, in many forests. I stay many months in Borneo, in Papua, with tribe, and I live alone in the forest itself. So you know.
Wow, in Borneo, it's
Yeah,
where you
yeah,
lived
yeah.
alone for.
Definitely.
From
It's
how
easy.
long,
It's not
how
that
long
difficult.
were you in alone for in the jungle?
So I stay in Borneo, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, maybe something like this. Don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Okay.
But I stay in one village, mainly one tribe. Is Iban people. Is one of the most traditional headhunter of the Borneo.
Okay.
So I stay with this tribe. They stay in the forest. It's a long house. 200 people living in the same house. You know, deep in the jungle. I live with the shaman. He's my father. Like everybody say, you are the son of the shaman. So you're the little shaman. So it's beautiful. Really the last traditional tribe in the forest, in the Dayak, original Dayak.
Okay.
There is very similarity here in Nagaland in India.
Okay.
And I will want to go check because they're very similar, probably Asian migration.
Okay.
With the same head hunting ritual and that stuff. So
Headhunting rituals.
yeah, for everything about your.
Explain that just for the.
That means that everything
I don't
in
know.
your society, it's turned around head hunting. That means if you need a woman, you're more you say, yeah, okay, you're nice. You want to marry me? Find a head of our enemy, bring it back.
No.
They do. And it's like,
Jesus.
So it's like, okay, I will go hunt for head. You want head. School. And you keep the school of the enemy because like more school your village have, more your village have warrior, strong warrior of course. So like if somebody passed in front of the village, you see this big wood hut, bamboo, and in front is full of hanging school. So like more strong warrior you had, more school you have. So like of course you don't mess up too much with this village, and that's very cool. That's very nice.
That's insane, man. So,
It's a bit changing the stuff, but this place they are one of the most traditional still, you know.
Okay.
With all the ritual and everything in the forest, still animist, you know. So it was great.
Wow.
I feel good because immediately the first day I arrive and they understand me. We love the forest the same way.
Okay.
So it was like a perfect connection. It's like, welcome, stay here, live here with us. You're part of our tribe.
Wow.
They mark me, they make them.
Oh, Christ. Whoa.
It's like I belong to the, like, both, any men have this both tattoo on the shoulder,
Okay.
this rosette.
Okay.
So they insist me to have it.
Whoa.
And they make the tattoo with the ink, bamboo stick.
Bamboo stick,
Yeah,
old
both
school.
time, both brother, one right, one in the left. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Okay,
That's
we'll get a little photo of that if that's alright before
Sure,
you
sure,
shoot
sure.
off. And yeah. Fuck, man. How long does it take to get those tattoos?
A couple of
Bamboo.
hours, couple of hours.
Not
I don't
tinted.
remember, maybe 3 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
The dimension is not big because I have the same dimension like my fist on
Okay.
my back.
Okay.
With the machine, I take maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
This one I take 3 hours and even more. It was long. Because with the bamboo, you just put the stick of bamboo in the ink, and then you put it inside the skin.
Yeah.
And then so it's more
bit of
slow the
pain.
procedure.
Yeah.
You need more time. Yeah.
Okay, man. Okay.
But
Very
it's healing better. It's faster healer bamboo than machine. It
interesting.
hurts your skin less.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, but it does the same effect and same longevity for a tattoo.
Yeah, sure, same, totally same. Remember, this ink is natural ink. It's not either chemical. No, like it's natural ink from the forest.
Okay, man.
But the way of hurting, wounding your skin
Piercing the skin.
is better than with machine.
Excellent.
So it's get it heal in 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, normally
Okay.
you take a week, 2 weeks
Wow.
without sun. That's good,
Jeez,
yeah.
man. Okay, so going back to how the hell did you end up getting into a headhunter's tribe inside
I
Borneo?
just
You have-
walk there.
So you walked into this tribe
Yeah, because
and
I
said,
used-
hello,
Yeah.
I'm a
So I
foreigner.
used to walk and not to. I don't take bus or hostel, you know. And now it's happened sometimes, but like in Indonesia, never. I just walk almost 1 year, and I walk on the forest from village to village, and I found these people. Bit of casualty, you know.
Okay.
And in front of the big village is written Selamat Datang,
Okay.
and that means welcome in Indonesia. So I read welcome. I go inside, no?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I jump in. I ask them if I can put my tent somewhere around the village because still is deep jungle, so it can be a bit more close. And the day after I'm gonna walk. Then we start to speak, to meet. We understand each other. They told me about their culture and everything I didn't know nothing about.
Okay.
So I fall in love. They fall in love with me, and I stayed there for a bit, you know.
But there was no standoff when you first got there? There was no like, Jesus, what the hell are you doing here? Or were they very welcoming straight from the off?
Yeah.
Was
But it was a
standoff?
bit strange, of course. They saw me like, where you coming? Walking. They saw me like, you're crazy. I call them the crazy bule.
You are fucking crazy.
They say
mate,
like
yeah.
they're crazy foreigner because like either
Yeah,
them
alone.
now they don't go alone too much like in the forest, or walking a lot
Gonna
too.
get headhunted.
They
Yeah.
stay in the forest. They live there. They hunting, they farming, but like either I don't know, one alone, young, going for a day, they don't do.
Madness.
So,
That's incredible, man.
okay.
Okay. And you have you have a blog or anything like that? Do you
Nah.
just a bit of Facebook?
Yeah, because
Now and
it's
again,
too rare I get internet, a good connection, I don't have material, my telephone is half of your one.
Absolutely. It's
maybe-
old school.
black and white, yeah, it's difficult. very
Excellent,
difficult.
man. Excellent. And
Maybe
so-
one day later.
Yeah, okay. So a little bit about how you got to. You're 28 now. you said. I mean, that's young, man. You've experienced a hell of a lot of stuff. I'm 26,
Left
and I
early.
think, I'm trying to get away every year, do a bit of this, but nowhere near to the extremities you've been to. So, talk a little bit about your childhood, and if you can, and then how you progressed to being 28 and traveling. And
Yeah, well, come from a village, a little place, so my family were not very rich people.
okay.
I never miss food, we have everything, so of course. But still, wasn't the one that, like my friend is able to have, for example, the motorcycle or the telephone itself, this little thing. Not problem, no regret. I love to be without. But this little thing is what make you looking for it, When
Yeah.
you don't have, you want it, of course.
bit of envy,
It's like
yeah.
everybody have it, you want, you're a bit jealous, you will like a bit of this stupidity, not necessary, of course. But like all the societies like this, you want it too.
Yeah.
That's why I think most of all was my push to go the first time, leave everything,
Okay.
and start to try to gain my life,
Identity and
yeah, put myself in the game, try to see.
yeah.
And then it came, everything it just came and evolved with the time, because more you go around, more you love it. So more you travel, more you need, and you cannot come back anymore. It's difficult. It's very difficult because your mind
It's
change a bit.
pretty
You can
open.
say,
And you go back into society. That's what I found, and it's very difficult to conform again. To
Exactly.
go back into that 9 to
Exactly.
5. It's
the mentality of the society is not for me. Never been for me since I was a kid.
okay.
That's why I left immediately after school. I started to work and I was like, no, it's wrong. Well,
Okay.
it's totally wrong. It's not correct. I have to wake up early, drive in the traffic for hours. It's
Yeah.
dark. It's getting winter. I have no sun. And
Yeah.
then I have to work in this shitty office for many hours and go out this night again.
Yeah.
Try to call my friend, now we're tired, nobody go out. What is this life? No, it's for what? Little money, you pay everything because of the tax, because of the petrol, and waste. It's
Yeah.
no life.
Yeah.
It's automa, like a robot. For me, it was no sense already.
Okay.
I was beginning the crisis economy in Europe at the time,
Oh yes. Okay.
so I left, of course. There was no sense.
Certainly in Italy.
Actually, I had job. I had a good job and a good possibility to continue with career because information technology.
Ah, okay.
But now I realized that say they're sitting in front of the computer and acting with these bad people, I don't like the
Excellent.
boss of this rich person. I don't feel comfortable.
Fucked up
Nah.
system. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing though. I think a lot of people can relate to that, whether they'll say it out loud or not. A lot of people when they first go into work, will be, they go through that and they go. But it takes someone a little bit more strength to go. You know what? Fuck it. No, I'm out. Like I'm gonna do my own
because
thing.
you're scary of what you don't know. That's the point.
Absolutely.
You have something, you have a job, you have a friend. It's easy. It's done. Then I'm scary to try something else. The percentage will be higher, I will say, that you get something better. But people it's just fear. That's all.
Yep. Yeah.
Most of the time, you don't want to change a place because you're scared to what you will meet. Maybe this place will be better. Maybe you find a new fantastic friend, but then people don't do just because of scary.
Comfort zones. And
Just for now, confidence. Exactly.
Okay.
But I
okay.
suggest everybody to always try a little bit, one experience at least, out of your comfort zone, out of your house, out of your zone, your friendship.
Just go out there on your own. and
Yeah,
figure
start to
yourself
wash your clothes in the sink when you're 18 and not have your mama washing everything.
Yeah. Okay.
It's helpful.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's very helpful.
Absolutely. So your first place? So you went 18.
I went in
Oh, wow,
Egypt.
that's
Egypt.
Interesting place.
Yeah, very nice, beautiful.
And what was the situation like then in Egypt?
I
Like,
was
what
there during both revolution. I was there before,
That's
during the
intense.
time of Mubarak, so with the dictator. And actually it was easy everything because you can get visa, you go there. Actually,
How big
in my
was it?
old passport, I am full of stamp student visa.
Okay.
So what you're studying in the desert? What you study? You stay 6 months in the desert, then you go, you apply again for a student visa, 6 months in the desert. What you're studying? The sand. But they don't care, of course, you know. So like very cheap, you can give a little bit of money and
Okay.
bribe everybody.
Yeah.
Then now it's different.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it's more
okay.
easy. But yeah.
So why Egypt, and why did you go there in the first place? You say it was desert.
Well, I've always been interested with ancient history, with the culture of
culture,
Egyptian, the
yeah.
culture of Greek. You know, I always like this stuff. I've never been a big people that study at school, me,
Okay.
but I study by myself alone, and a lot since I left school. I'm reading a lot. I'm always looking for something new now, much more than when I was younger.
Yeah. Okay.
And this kind of thing were always been my target, what I know.
Okay.
It's what I know more about, I would say, either, you know.
Mythology and how
Yeah.
ancient cultures.
Yeah, if you say this ancient culture, new culture, people, I think probably what I
Yeah,
learned
fascination with
about
people.
the world, people and animals. I don't know.
Superb, man. Okay. So you went out there and then into the desert.
Yeah, I stay there, I work for tourism, I get some money. Nice experience, of course, because you start to as we say, you're out of your zone, it's something new.
Yeah.
You try to discover yourself, you mature faster, yeah, way
okay.
faster. You're
Yeah.
alone, you're living alone.
Absolutely.
And acting with people, so relate with different age of people, different country. It's help a lot. It's very nice. But was still a must tourism for me
Okay.
because beautiful. I have a lot of things. I have hundred of women. A beautiful place. I see really amazing stuff.
And you're 18 as well, so
Yeah. I did not.
blood's pumping and you're out on your own. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
actually,
excellent
I left
time
that
to go.
life just 2 years ago. You know, so until 25, still I was in tourism.
Okay.
It was beautiful, it was amazing. You know, and
I'm in
theater,
tourist mode as well.
you know, we have our theater, our stage, dancing, musical, comedy, cabaret. Very nice. I really like all this thing. It was very fun.
Okay.
But as I told you, mask. It's not you. It's not totally yourself because you
Okay.
have to act with people always a bit more polite, a bit more, you know. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
totally yourself. You
Okay.
can say something that you will hate and they will slap them. You cannot do it, of course. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
I leave it because I was feeling not much in equilibrium with myself, you know, not balanced. I didn't find myself. I was a bit lost at one point.
Okay.
That's happened to me always. Each couple of years, I have one moment of like, what I'm
Crisis.
doing, why I'm going, not a crisis, just like I want to understand what I'm doing this, who I am, what I want to go, where I want to go, what, you know, try to understand, make sense of my life.
Okay.
And I need to do it every little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's good. Now I feel much more. I discover myself. I found back who I am, what I want to be. You know, what I like, and I realize more this thing. Traveling, being alone, walking on the road, living the people. You know.
Seeing how other people operate and think,
Exactly.
and taking the best parts of that or things you appreciate.
Yeah.
Excellent. Man. Okay, so you leave there at 19. Is that fair to say? Leave Egypt
more or
at
less,
19,
yeah.
and then you head where to next?
I stay around Africa for many years. So much in Egypt, then to Cape Verde, Madagascar. I see a bit of that area, the North Africa, a bit the south, and mainly also in Greece. I was going in summer in Greek,
Okay.
Crete or Mykonos, a beautiful place.
Excellent. And what-
Winter in Africa, so it's good.
Interesting. And so you get the money in Greece. You work a job in Greece to keep yourself funded, or how?
Yeah,
people
I
wouldn't
work
know
on
how that-
all this. Mainly, I was working. So like until 25, I was traveling, not living in my country, but working. So like go in one place, I stay there 6 months, 8 months, and work. So okay, you have the possibility to be deep with the people, still learn their mentality, and have a more true friendship. At the same time, you have this wall in front of you because you are with the tourism.
Still
So
looking for money. And
it's a
you're
bit
still-
and a bit, It's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult to go over, to go inside the house of the people. Understand what I mean? Like to go inside to learn a country, and to go in your home. I have to be with you in your place, listen you speaking, see you living. If you go in a hotel, you don't see a country. That's nothing for me.
Yeah.
So I have to be in the house. And in that possibility, in that moment, tourism was a bit and a bit, you know. Yeah, it's difficult.
Okay.
Because, it was a bit difficult. I have still this wall in front of me that was difficult to pass. since I left it in the last 3 years, I'm more on the road, like deeply on the road.
Yes. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's happened everything. And people brought me home. People
Fantastic.
adopt me. You know, new family, new friend, new house, so many places.
And you get
It
really...
was genuine, honest. That's the point.
Excellent.
That's what you learn from people. That was what I'm looking for actually. Because if I go in a place where somebody is helping you just because of the money of some business, I don't need you. You know, like I don't need your guy to bring me in the forest, as we said before. But if you're my friend, we meet. You know, something like that. You do something for me, I do something for you. Useful, of course.
There's
Very
an
nice.
unspoken
Exactly.
relationship there. Yeah.
Genuine, honest stuff. That's it. Don't have to be money. If there is money inside, I don't need you. I don't need this thing, and
Yeah. This
just
is tainted,
keep going.
this
Just keep
relationship.
walking and go over. That's fake stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But like this is always more difficult. Go back to the normal society, which is all fake.
Yeah.
Like when I arrived in Australia, my year there was very difficult because I went there for work.
Okay.
It was very hard because I go back inside this mentality straight from like
Oh Christ.
from 1 hour to the other. From the true Asia, I arrived in Darwin and poof, was shocked. I was like, okay, that's Western in 1 second, and is sick, is greedy, is wrong, you know. It was very hard.
Wow.
It's very hard for me to
Okay.
stay there. So when I left, I was again finally, peace.
Liberated.
Nice, I feel better.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So just to recap then, so Africa, when did you leave that Greece and Africa? You were doing that until you were about 22.
For let's say 6 years, something like this,
Okay.
a bit more than 6 years, in the tourism around Africa.
Okay.
And the last 3 years I came in Asia,
Okay.
in Southeast Asia, Pacific, until Oceania. And I worked just 9 months of this time.
Okay. In the last
Okay.
3 years.
Yeah, I got big money from Australia.
Oh,
That was
super.
enough.
Yeah, you do. You get big
But the
bucks.
first way going, so like from Italy to Australia, it took me a year with almost no money. It was very, very cheap. It was very nice. That's why it was
You-
not having nothing was bring me, was push me to go in the right direction. Not having money, not having more expectation. This was bring me in the most deep place, in the most true people.
Excellent.
And after I learned that, I arrive in Australia and I work and I feel more this gap between me and the people.
Yeah, of course.
And I start to come back again to do this. So in the last year, now more than a year, I left
Okay.
August last year.
Okay.
So it's a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
I'm not working for money, which is very good.
Yeah.
And I'm back again in the people, in the village, in the wild, the last years.
Fantastic.
That was good. Across Papua New Guinea, Papua, Solomon, all the Pacific, a lot of tribe, untouched people. We go in the forest, we hunting, nobody have the shoes, we don't have the light. 5 days in the forest, hunting with the full moon and bow and spear, you know,
Oh God.
killing
Yeah.
deer, boar,
Okay.
fighting with the owner next village because it's like they have land fighting.
Okay. Okay.
But they really fight, you know. They really shoot arrow each other and kill each other.
Oh my.
But beautiful people, really beautiful. The most beautiful person, one of the most beautiful person I ever met around is around Papua New Guinea people. Yeah, it's dangerous somehow, but depends how you behave, like everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
If I was able to go in the canteen of warrior. Really, canteen of warrior, like 20 people with weapon, machete, bow. They were so happy to see me, to stay there with them. You know, no problem. They just stay in their village, and it was right.
Oh, mate, that's incredible. My
Yeah,
uncle went
that's
actually.
cool.
My uncle Tom went 30 years ago, probably, to Papua New Guinea when he was 18 or 19.
Yeah.
Really strange one. He went with Young Farmers, it's an organisation in
Yeah.
the UK, and had the best experience of his life, I think. There you go. And he still talks about it to this day, what he learned there and how it,
I
how
can
it changed
imagine.
him.
Can imagine.
And it sounds, to be fair, I mean, if they're still
It is still.
sounds like it's still
one
like
of the
it is.
few places which is still.
authentic.
Yeah,
in that
authentic.
sense.
It's not still in this modern. Yeah, it's not the globalization of the rest of the world, which is all the same.
Excellent.
Really, is everywhere is very similar. There is still deep.
Fantastic.
Because if you think about in the world, there are like just in Papua, so New Guinea Island, Papua New Guinea and West Papua. But West Papua is half island, is under Indonesian oppression. Yeah, it's a colony actually. For them it's part of Indonesia. For me it's a genocide that's happened since 40 years, which they kill a lot of people, they torture, they slave, they rape baby girl, and you know, that's still happening. Because it's a rich country. I mean, there is all gold and everything. There's the biggest gold mine of the world is in West Papua, the Indonesia side, property of US, of course. That's why they help Indonesia country to invade Papua, which was Netherlands colony. But Netherlands was making them free. But US doesn't. US was like, no, this belongs to you. But like Asiatic people, black people, they are not the same person, you know. You don't belong to them. Papua is black, it's Africa, they're black. It's not Asiatic at all. It's not the same, no culture, nothing in common with Indonesia. I love Indonesia, Indonesian people. I don't blame them, I blame their fucking government. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
So, for be sure, I really love Indonesia. I stay there long, I speak Indonesian fluently and many dialects. I love that country. I hate their government, you know. They make this because the US went to them, give them money, and say, okay, give the weapon, attach, invade them, this place, belong to you, and then we can help you with something, you know, because you don't have the money and the possibility to gold, you know. So they do the gold, they take everything, and they just pay tax to the country. So that was a big problem. That's why the Western people doesn't help. They don't care. You know, the strongest country of the world own the biggest gold mine of the world. Nobody say nothing, of course. Huh? It's just like biggest business. Everybody inside this. So they just keep going.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, but that island is amazing. The point was like 44 untouched, totally untouched tribe live just in that island. I think in all the world there are around 100 and something totally untouched tribe. There are many, more than what you think. 140, something like this. People that totally don't know the society. Some of this place they saw outside. They know what is the society. They don't want it, which is amazing.
Excellent.
Most of this ethnic group never encounter anybody else. Yeah, you know, they still live in the same way since millions of years.
Fantastic.
44 of this, so like a good third is all in Papua.
Wow.
And then there is other, I think 66 is stay in Brazil, in the Amazon.
Oh,
I
excellent.
think Brazil is a big country, developed, and in the Amazon there is 66 untouched tribe that they don't know nothing about the world. It's amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Needs protection as well.
I would say probably in Papua there is still more. Just like they say 44 because that's what I know, you know.
Okay,
because there are places in Papua that you cannot arrive there really. There are some valleys, some mountains, they never arrived there. They went in some place with helicopter now, and they went down, and animals go close like in a Disney movie because they never see nothing. They are not scary. They don't feel fear from this human.
Just curious.
They just say what you are, and this iron stuff flying. What's this? They just come close.
Way.
Yeah, understand? They never be hunt. It's amazing.
That's fascinating.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Because I mean, I've read little bits about this. So I read Sapiens, really good book. I don't know if you.
I read about it.
Superb, and the way he describes obviously the expansion of humankind.
It's very right. This book. I read it. Sapiens and the other one, Homo whatever.
Amadeus.
Yeah, they are both very good. I read it.
Yeah.
That's what I try to speak about. He explained it very well, better than me, of course. My English is not that good.
No, absolutely.
But what he means is what I'm thinking. When I read it, I was a bit depressed. I was like, okay, that's what I speak every day about, you know, because every day I speak about this. So I just close the book and say, I know already.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So like,
I know.
No, like I'm right. You're right what you say, but like, please, it's enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I know, I know this, and I speak about this every day. So I was like, I want to read something different from now, but I keep it to the side and I read it
just
with time.
Excellent.
But yeah, he mean a lot of what I think him. The world is almost all the same. It's going all in the same direction. It's going all to be the same thing. They're destroying what is nature. People are untouched from nature. You know, in Europe, how many people know how to do a fire? Yeah. You know how to do a fire.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, not either with a lighter,
Yeah.
So either fucking I'm not saying fire without lighter,
Yeah.
With the lighter. People don't know how to burn a fire with a lighter. That's incredible. It's life. It's the first thing we learn to be what we are. The difference between us and the pre-made that they were before is the fire.
Yeah.
They don't know what is fire.
Absolutely.
Very nice, yeah.
This is interesting though. Do you not feel then?
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. It's incredibly sad. But because this is the first. Right, when I thought we'd get on purely, we had that conversation the first night we met.
Yeah.
It was you are seeing everything, obviously, and you're a lot more educated than I am in that respect. But I'm an eternal optimist, you know. And I said this to you, and I was like, everything's gonna be all right eventually. And you're like, we're probably gonna fuck the world up before we get to that stage, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that is fascinating. But do you not feel that if we get our, should we get a bowl?
No, don't worry.
You sure?
No, I'm just looking.
What you
Just looking at my yogurt. How is it?
Yeah. It's a lot of yogurt, man.
Yes, good. 1 liter and a half.
A litre and a half of
Right
yogurt.
one.
You'll smash that in a day?
No, just for breakfast.
Yeah. All right, excellent, man.
Then I will have a couple of kilo of cheese. That's why I'm so happy since I made arrive in Nepal.
Yeah.
I didn't eat this cheese on dairy for years. I love dairy.
Okay.
I arrive here, I have all this stuff, you know.
Ready
I fall
then.
in love, get crazy.
So 4 cubes of sugar and a litre and a half of yogurt. Bon appetit. Good man.
But that's old a bit. It's alright.
That'll be alright. Yeah.
Anyway, we're saying about the world is getting bad.
Yeah, so the world is probably at its most fucked up. It's been getting more and more fucked up in the last 100 years for sure.
Definitely.
And we're getting to an apex now, I think.
Yeah.
But do you not think a massive overhaul, and this is being said by a lot of people in positions of power,
Yep.
like people like Joe Rogan and things like that, really famous podcasters certainly, that an overhaul of the education system, massive overhaul of the education system. So instead of teaching kids in the shitty way that we teach kids, you know, let's teach them in a...
Just some bullshit. That's what they want you to know. That's all.
Exactly. Make drones, basically. Make industry drones.
Exactly.
But why not make a system where, alright, when you're 4 years old, you learn how to make a fire from scratch. You learn how to do the natural things that we're primates, like you say. You go from there. And then after that, maybe for me, one big thing, between 18 and 21, everyone should be forced to do 2 months on their own in India or one of these countries. I think, and just give them, you know, enough to survive, enough money, so their parents don't freak out. Like, here's, you know, £1,500 or £1,000.
So you go for a year.
Yeah, of course you can do.
2 years.
But you know what I mean.
I do
These
2 years
mindset.
with that money.
Exactly, mate. You can. But you know what I mean. Just to ease people into it. And say, look, just go out on your own. Talk to fucking folk out there. Understand the way these Indians are living.
Yeah,
The
understand that
spirituality.
the life is not easy as you have in your country, you know? There are people, go look at the people dying on the floor with no food and no water, most of all, you know?
For sure.
That's
for sure.
very important.
But for me, also, look at those people and understand that these people are still, the spirit of these people is unbelievable. What I was thinking this earlier, like what we have in money, we lack in spirit for sure. Like, so, and what they lack in money, they have in spirit. Like, they are plucky fuckers. Like, they are survivors.
Yeah, they're used to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, but
You realize that you don't need that much, actually. The problem that what I was speaking is like, this kind of place like this one or other developing country, they are going in the wrong direction of mind, thinking now with their lack of money, they're desperate.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, now I need money for my life, I need money for food, I need money for the health of my family, I need money. So they're getting spoiled, you know. They don't have anymore the thinking, okay, I don't have something. I pull up, you know, my t-shirt, I think what I have to do, and I act. So I try to solve my situation. I have a bit of crack in my house, I fix it. Now people are not doing this. They are going more in the direction of the money, the capital. So it's just, I have a crack there. I have to find a way to get money for fixing. No, take some of your clay and you fix it. Your house is bamboo and clay, you know, it takes 2 minutes, it's easy.
Yeah,
You need money.
fair enough. Yeah,
Clay on the floor and bamboo everywhere. It's not difficult.
absolutely.
But they are going in the mentality that this is wrong. So clay and bamboo is wrong. So I have to find, for example, this stupid iron stuff, which is more hot and less clean.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I am definitely still in that mindset. I'm not, like, if I go home and I have an issue, or you know, if you get a crack in the roof, like you say, I don't have the skills. And hell, I don't have the time to learn those skills, so I'm going to pay someone to fucking fix it, you know.
Exactly.
And but you're right. I mean, why not learn the skill? If you really care about your house and living there and maintaining everything, learn the skill. Everyone can learn this. It'll take me a month probably to learn how to do a bodge job on a house.
Yeah, or you find somebody that knows to do, some friend. You have some everywhere. You have some common friend that know to do and can help you to do it. You give you some money or exchange something to somebody you know, some friend. He can teach you. You do both together.
You say, look, I can teach you how to email.
It doesn't work like this.
Absolutely.
Exactly, it doesn't work like this. Not anymore. It was like this maybe a couple of thousand years ago, not now.
Fascinating, man. Okay. So you back to your story. So Papua New Guinea.
Yep.
So you did Papua, and then moved from there into Indonesia.
Yeah.
After this whole bullshit of finding out, obviously.
Yeah, keep going by land. So it's the same island, so I just cross, of course.
Okay.
Actually, if you look at the map, it's one line in the middle, just with the with the pen.
Okay.
And say this is one country, it's another. Just one stupid line, of course. In the middle, it's open. Just big deep forest, which you need months to cross. You can cross where you want,
Yeah.
So yeah, I cross the jungle. I stay in West Papua. I stay most of all where I can't be, because being this genocide occupation, as I told you, you cannot get information. There is no journalist. If you look on internet, you won't find much information. It's so difficult because any journalist, either in Indonesian people itself, they cannot write or say this kind of thing. Especially if you are a foreigner, you go in prison. Now there are still around 10 foreigner international around the world in prison since 1, 2, 3 years because they make some photo there.
No way. Do a bit of blogging.
Like if they found my photo, my video, I was there with them as well. So I just hide my stuff, and I know the language, which help a lot.
I can imagine.
And I know to work in the forest, which help either more. So I just spent other couple of months crossing all the range of mountain, from one side to the other. Passing from village and village, being helped by people, and hid them from the police and military, because I cannot be there. Of course, I cannot.
Whoa.
I just have to write one walking permit, they call it, for look one area. So just one touristic area, you can go and look.
Okay.
So I make my fake to go there, my fake ticket on I write on internet shop, all this bullshit. So I show them all the fake detail. I'm going to this hotel, I have this ticket. Okay, done. You have your permit. You have like 6 days, then you fly out. Me, sure, of course. Of course, no way. I take 2 months, I stay there. I just went. I went up to the police station. I write my hotel was like the only hotel in the town. There in my right, I just walk left in the forest. Directly, should disappear. Gone.
Whoa.
I'm gone.
Okay.
So
how did you get out of there? How did you leave? How did you get into another country from?
No, I just keep going, no problem. When I went at the end of Papua, the area that you cannot see, we can see, because it's guerrilla, revolutionary people. When I've been out of that area, then it was okay. I didn't realize where I came from. So I just take a boat and I keep going island by island, and I keep traveling Indonesia for more 5 months after this, so nobody realized nothing. I didn't see.
Visa-wise, how's that work? How's the visa work? So you cross
it's very good. You can have actually, if you go Indonesia now, you have an entry visa on arrival, like many country for free.
Yeah.
30 days, which is nothing, and you cannot extend it. If you apply before, you can have like one extendable, or either more. Like what I take is like 60 days, which is the best. 60 days without go to the immigration, and then I can extend 4 more times. So a good big 6 months. It's not bad.
So you did the 60 days, and then you tried to get to the office before that.
Every time I extend. Yeah, I found a local that sponsor me, so just have to put his name on me, a reference. So he helped me. Every month I found somebody to help me, and I keep extend my visa. It's okay.
Excellent.
Then I arrive at the border, because actually Indonesia have 2 land border. One in Papua, which is you go in Papua New Guinea, and the other in Borneo, where you go in Malaysia. So I came by walk from one side, and I go out by walk on the other side.
Amazing.
I did all Indonesia.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you learned Indonesian beforehand?
No, I learned there.
Okay.
I learned it in the Papua side, especially because when I arrived there, I need it.
Yep.
And this is so sad thing, because Papua is not the Indonesian is not the language, but they don't have one own language, because when they made them, they didn't have a national language. They have something like 700 dialects, which are totally different. So for them, either the common language became this Indonesian, because they must, of course, they impose them to learn it. So for me, it was the only way to communicate. It was very sad, I have to communicate you with the language of your enemy. It's not that nice, but it was the only way.
Yeah, interesting.
Easy language you can learn fast.
Okay.
Very easy.
How long did it take to get pretty confident with it?
1 month I was already very good. In 3 months I was pretty fluent.
Excellent.
Now I know a lot of words, yeah.
And
I was reading Doraemon in Indonesia, the cartoon, looking at television, reading school book. I get a good quality of Indonesian now, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Sorry, man, just eat, honestly.
Don't worry, I just...
Yeah. That's fascinating then. So you went from there straight away, so Borneo you were there for how long?
5, 6 months, something like this.
Excellent. Again in the jungle and just
getting forest, other tribe, more animal, more wild place.
Fantastic.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, much time I went alone, because I stayed with the tribe, but really I need my time, so...
Oh really? Even that was too many people?
Yeah, it's too many people, it's crowd, it's beautiful, but as they say, it's like, you live under one sky, Satu Langit, one sky only. Everybody grow up in the same roof, because that's true, it's one house, it's one roof. Each kids get grown up by all the village, not one only families. So it's like everything in common.
Yeah, okay.
You gather in common, you hunting in common, you eating and you sleep, everybody together. At one point it's too much.
Yeah, I'm with
it's
you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's easy for me. I'm a person that like to be alone. And we Western people, we are more private, we can say. We like our private, for Asiatic, no.
Okay.
For Asiatic, are much more in common.
Everything.
It's much more, it doesn't matter, no privateness, it's all okay.
Okay.
We sleep all there in the woods, like, let's say the bilek, they call it room, is the family house. Family room, we can say. It's the big house, have many room, each room is like one house itself, from each family. But they are open, it's like next to us, so you can see the wood is open, and if the next house is snoring, you hear it like if it's 1 meter to you.
That's how they do it,
If somebody sleep together, everybody knows it. The day after, they're already counting how many days for the next kids. They know, they know everything. So everything is in common. At one point, you need, guys, I go in the jungle for a couple of days. I need some time, please. And that was okay. The old woman, the mother, she was always okay. But come back 1 day. No. 1 day is not much. 2 days. No, a bit more, please. 3 days, you come back. No more. Always like this. Come back. You get the rice. Take the rice. You want the drink?
No way.
Alcohol. They give me the food. Take the food. Bring the food with you. Take the rice. Bring the rice with you. Go. But come back,
Like a grandma.
Yeah. So it's always like that.
Excellent.
Every time. She looking for me where I am. Always.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I say, don't worry, I go in the forest 1 week, I come back, I survive, no problem. They know, but just want me to be all together, because that's how they are. It's not like I'm scary that you are in the forest. It's like, nah, you stay here. Why not stay together? It's fun. That's the point.
Yeah, I'm with you. You're like, no, it's need a little space.
Yeah, but I need a bit. Which is good. This forest is beautiful. That's why I say Chitoan is little.
Yeah, okay, I can
Just
see
behind my village, there is a customary forest. It's 9,000 hectares, the same size of Chitoan. Actually, a bit bigger than Chitoan. And that's just the customary forest, And then the rest of Borneo is the third biggest island of the world, if you're not counting Australia and Iceland.
Okay.
So like Australia is a continent, and Iceland is ice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say that at that point Borneo become the first.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's pretty big island, and it's jungle, deep jungle. So you have tiger, crocodile, orangutan, bear, some bear, hornbill everywhere. So yeah, because every day I see a lot of animals.
Can you
very close? Very
Can you
nice.
share one animal story? Any close encounters or one?
I see the bear was beautiful. The first time I see a wild bear next to me.
What kind of bear? What?
Sun bear.
Okay.
It's like they have white, white line
Rough
under the
colour,
neck,
yeah, okay,
like a
okay.
scarf white.
Okay.
And
How big? How big?
1 meter and a half, 1 meter 20, around 100 kilo they are normally.
Okay. Okay.
They can be a bit
Sizable.
more also, but still is big. Still is
Yeah.
a good 100 and more kilo animal.
wants to go
It's
for you,
strong.
it's gonna-
It's strong.
Yeah.
So we just work in the forest, chopping some wood, very deep in the forest, and just start to walk down the tree. And
Okay.
they jump down and look at us in the face, and that's all. They turned and went away. Easy, so calm, no problem.
Whoa.
Just me and my brother, from the village.
Uh-huh.
And we either left the weapon because we arrived to the big tree.
Okay.
So we put there the axe, we leave the gun and the machete, and we moved to the river, which was not far away, just with bucket of water, take the water for breakfast, boil a bit of tea.
Okay.
So in that moment we were just with bucket of water and any weapon we want. So we shit a bit ourselves. But the bear was like the most calm animal I never see. He was just looking at me and saying, "All right, good morning, mate."
No way.
They went away.
Oh,
That's all. No
magic.
problem. No problem. It's like my shaman say there is like, yeah, the forest know that we love the forest. We deeply love the forest because like we live there and we need everything from the forest. The food comes from the forest, medicine, mineral. You water, you go with your hand, you drink water from the river, it's clean.
Yeah.
Now, so everything is from the forest. You need to protect it. You're not over hunting, you're not over farming. They really
Excellent.
move from one area to another, give some years of relax to part of the forest. So they really know this thing. They're very a lot of knowledge of this. They're so long they're there. So like we are farming. So for some year in one place, then I move it and I live there 5 years alone. The forest to don't be touched until everything get life. And when you start to see deer and animal there in the morning,
Natural
okay,
signals.
the forest is now is healed again, so we can start again to farm.
Wow.
Like when they start to arrive animal early in the morning there, it's again healthy the
Okay.
forest.
Okay.
Same for hunting, just in one area and moving again another area for so
Okay.
they respect it. And as the shaman say, like we love the forest, we protect it, so the forest know it,
Yeah.
and there's no problem around. And you go around, you know you're not harming, you will not do nothing bad. So forest doesn't make nothing to you.
Makes sense.
I thought I was going with no shoes, no t-shirt, just one bark around my stuff, just close a bit like a trouser.
Yeah.
We stay there day, week, walk around, cross the river, up and down the tree, and nothing happened. Not either leeches eat me, not either
No way.
the fire hunt bite me. Nothing.
Wow. And that's what because you're so relaxed and you're so.
Nothing happened.
Because that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I think would not happen to me. I'll lay down in shit one time.
Probably,
ants,
can be,
bump,
can
bump.
be.
And, yeah, but I think because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it the whole time. I was like, carefully, these ants, easy, these ants, and I think they get a feel for that as well.
I see other
don't they?
people who there were other outside from other villages that came because it was a moment of big festival. We went to walk in the forest. They keep they're getting hunt here. They're getting beaten, and they keep receiving something. I was walking like, what's your problem, man? Why? It's nothing happened. Look at us. Nobody's touching me and the other people. What you?
Yeah.
And then the shaman again was like, because you don't have the tattoo in the shoulder. For Jake, it's always he's really sure about this. I told you, you love the forest don't touch you.
Wow.
Then sometimes you say you have this tattoo on the shoulder, so they know you're Iban, and so it's okay because Iban protects the forest and forest don't touch you.
Yeah.
But actually, that was happening. Was really happening because nothing happened.
Fascinating.
It's really crazy. Very nice place.
Awesome.
And bird, they come so close. I have some moment that I just touching wild bird. Bird is more difficult. Many animal can come close, but bird still difficult. Yeah. I get some bird. Was there. Was raining. I turned myself. Was under next to the tree, under one leaves. There's a little bird like this with the face like, oh, I'm sad. It's cold. He look at me. I stay like half meter. He don't move. I put my hand, I touch him. I start to touch him like a pet. He keep looking at me, I don't move. I take out a bit of water from his feather, I dry him. I chop a bit of my rainy jacket, I cut it. I wrap it around his head, over, like a shelter. And he stay there, waterproof. He stayed there, sleep all the time. He didn't move. He allowed me to do everything. Stay there.
That's like a Disney film, mate. That's
And I went away.
unbelievable.
I went away. The bird stayed there. I came there the day after.
Excellent.
I was just walking, and in front of me again a little bird just fly perfectly as the night before. When I turn my head to the direction, I see this bird went to sit in the same place, and I see my plastic from the day before. So I take it out, of course, and I bring it away with me. I just take out the rubbish. It was like, oh, again you.
Fascinating.
It was nice.
Oh, it's a magical
Hornbill as
stories.
well. Hornbill, you know, they're very big animal. It's like very sacred animal there for all the omen and everything. So this big animal, they come close to you. They sit somewhere, they open their hair, their wings, they show in front of you all the yellow they have on the chest, and they make their sound.
Okay.
And that's a omen always. Try to say you something. It's like, okay, you have to come here, or it's like, there's the moment to attack. I don't know. This always have to mean something. Many times they came next to me when I was going the wrong direction. They just arrived there and they open, like I say, not that way, go back. Okay, thank you. Many times, not that way. Then when I continue, after a point I realized I was wrong, I was going totally in the wrong place, and I came back, it was again there. I tell you.
No way!
I tell you.
Jeez.
Fuckers are been.
Amazing.
For the rain, same. I was again in the forest, I was going back in my place where I put my stuff.
Okay.
Because bringing, you walk like maybe 3 hours with this 50 kilo of wood on your back, because you chop wood and you bring it back to the village. Going back. So I was coming for a last round.
Okay.
You come in front of me. Nah, don't go. I say, why I don't have to go? My friends are there and my stuff is there. Don't go. They don't speak much. They just say one thing. So he said to me, just don't go.
Okay.
I said, but I want to go. So I go. After 5 minutes, deep, strong rain. And my friend arrived with my stuff. I say, why you're coming back? It's not necessary. You can wait us here. So yeah, I know. He tell me.
Oh, amazing.
I was like that. Shit.
Oh, wow. So you've never had it go askew. You've never had one of these hornbills tell you something whenever it's gone whack. It's kind of been.
It just
for a
looks
reason.
like, you have to understand what you mean. You always have to understand.
That's fascinating, man.
No,
That's fucking cool.
so nice.
Yeah,
A lot of good things there, yeah.
I can imagine. So from Borneo to where next? Where
From
did you go?
Borneo I continue to the Malaysian side, because in the north is Malaysia.
Okay.
So the 75% of Borneo is Indonesia, then a part is Malaysia and a part is Brunei.
Okay.
So after Malaysia side I went in the mainland of Malaysia,
Okay.
so in Kuala Lumpur. I get my Chinese visa and I went up all the way to Laos and in China.
Always walking, or sometimes you take the buses? And...
Little, mostly check. I prefer checking that pay for a bus. Still needs to go faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
And better, so no sense go with the bus. But that part I did already on the first way, coming.
Okay.
So I skip it fast, going back, of course. So.
Okay.
And then China. But it was big difference for me, of course, coming from the Pacific, Indonesia, or Papua, or Borneo, and tribe, then arrive in China. That was shocking, huh?
Absolutely.
Shocking.
Into the cities? First stop? Was it
China is
city or-
everything city.
Oh, right,
So
okay, I've never been.
every fucking city, people are everywhere. So many people, it's a mess. It's all. I didn't like.
No.
It's all money. It's big fake.
Oh, God.
People I didn't feel good. I stay in one monastery the most of my visa, almost 2 months, just in one temple in the mountain, practice Shaolin Kung Fu. That was the only thing, because I went around, I didn't like much, all these people everywhere, and too expensive and all fake. Like, okay, I go in the monastery, I stay with a monk, should be enough for me.
Okay, fair enough.
And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
practice Shaolin Kung Fu and
Fu.
meditation for 2 months. It was fun.
Awesome.
That was good.
That's-
But when I went out of the monastery, it was horrible. Every
Oh,
time.
really? Just straight away?
Yeah, too much noise, too much car, too much rubbish.
Just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't like much China.
The people? Any good experiences with the
Government
people in
again,
China?
always.
It's real fucked
They're
up.
the first polluted country in the world, and not only because what they do in their country, they destroy everywhere around. The deforestation of Borneo and palm oil mainly is China. So like they own all the palm oil forests and big palm oil farm in Borneo. They are Chinese. All this shitty oil, cooking oil, not either oil from it, it's cooking oil, which is not healthy. Just stupid cooking oil. Go to China every day, and for this they just burn all the forest, they destroy. born in this forest actually, which is one of the oldest rainy forests of the world. It's really million of years. It's so old, a big tree, they release more carbon because they're more old. So when you burn them, you release much more carbon, way more carbon than a car. Much more, you know? So like Indonesia actually is the third country for pollution in the world, and 75% of their own pollution is deforestation.
No fucking way.
Exactly. So, and this is for China. China is the first.
Yeah.
China is the first country.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I saw there's a lot more Chinese influence starting to get into Africa now.
Everywhere.
And they're really starting to spread their roots over there now.
Long ago, all the road of Africa being built by Chinese 30-40 years ago.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, long
so
ago.
it's been there
The most of the Chinese, the road in Africa, Chinese did it. Then there are some places like Madagascar where they were smart and they kicked them out. That was fantastic.
Okay.
The Chinese went there, built the road, so then after they can sell, car as well, and start business. But then the government just kicked them out. Say, okay, it's enough. You did your job. Now, peace off. Disappear from my country.
Yeah.
Go
We want to
away.
own our own fucking country.
Go away. And that's what's good.
Excellent. Okay, so it can be done. Listening out there, any
Definitely.
countries, you can
Kick out
kick
the
those
Chinese,
fuckers.
you can kick
Yeah,
them.
stay in China.
Well, I still do something, because we can say they're the first country, not only that pollute, but at the same time are the first country that is making something against. So they are going green more than everybody. This is good. It's a bit of good on their side,
Yeah.
because they're more solar panel than the rest of the world.
Okay.
They do a lot of wind energy, water energy, so it's okay. Still the problem that the general mind of their government is bullshit. These communists, nothing of communists. Say capitalist communist, them is not communist. Then they say no, it's Chinese communist, and I say yeah, Chinese for me. You change the word with capital, with money. So here is money communist. It's bullshit communist. Same like religion.
Really?
This is Chinese Buddhism. It's not Buddhism. Ah, okay. Because in fact it's like your communist. They say it's the same stuff. Same bullshit. For them it's prosperity, money. So where is the money in Buddhism? Buddhists never say you need money. You don't need to worship God.
That being nothing, isn't
The
it?
ancient Buddha will say that you don't need any deity. He never say you want to be a deity. He say I am a human.
Yeah.
The Gautama, the Buddha say I'm a human. I'm not the deity. I don't want any gold and bullshit for deity. I don't want worship or God. Then it came later. The most of the modern two Buddhists get mixed from the Tibetan culture, so it's totally another thing. It's totally different. And now the Buddhists in China is like this. It's money. It's all fake. It's not true at all. I was in this monastery. I think with my monk. I tried to talk about, but like you're living good. It's right to don't need much, to don't own many things. So you're living good. How we can share this with the normal people? I say to him, for example, your Chinese new generation is terrible, horrible. They don't have anymore the contact with the culture. They don't have contact with your faith or whatever you want. And they just need stuff, instead of being without needing much. So how we can share this from your mentality? He was like, no, we cannot. If people want them to come here, say okay. We start very bad our conversation. But I want to say how we can help the world. You don't have to impose nothing. Think about the present, not think about the past. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
But
gotcha.
you know what I mean,
You need to educate first. Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, sure, if I stay in the monastery alone, or if I stay in the forest alone, I'm the most peaceful person in the world, just me. I don't care nothing about the rest. I'm really in my nirvana there, so cool, so relaxed, so in peace with the nature. But then I know what is outside, and if I walk outside one time, I see what's happening, and I see a lot. I know what's happening around, so I suffer for this a bit.
Yeah, of course.
Most for the animal, than not for the people. I don't care about humanity, but the world and the nature,
Fair enough.
So how we can do this, But say no. If you think about this, if you think about the future because you're scared, if you think about the past because it was better, you suffer. Yes, I know, it's true. But how I can do something for this? No, think about the present. But there's not a solution. This is nothing. It was always the same story. It was very difficult. I say to him, okay, let's talk about Tibet. You want to say something? He said, no, I don't want to speak about Tibet.
Really?
It's the main monster. He was very good, but.
This
This is the little thing. I mean, it's like Buddhist was not totally sincere, as communist is not sincere at all. It's all fake. That's why I wasn't that comfortable in China.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Very
Still
understandable.
is a beautiful place, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
They have an history of culture, amazing, so old.
Fascinating culture.
But that was for me, in fact, learn something of their ancient culture, not the present, because there's
Yeah, I
nothing in the
see.
present.
Okay.
The meditation and the Chinese culture, and how we were eating, behaving in the temple. That was very interesting for me. All the practice, the determination. This thing was very good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but out of this, nah.
Okay. And so, a quick one on how do you get into a monastery? You just walk into the monastery and you say, look, I want to,
yeah.
I want to
Just
do a
went
bit of
there.
kung fu and chill out.
Yeah, I hear about that place. I get some news, and I know it was open also to some foreigners. So that's why. So I went
Okay.
and I asked to stay. I stay.
No problem.
Yeah, no
Come
problem.
right in.
Yeah, so I
Excellent. And then just to educate other people and myself as well, you have to pay.
You have to pay,
stay.
so of course.
Naturally.
What I talk about until now about China, I say there is no honest at all. There is nothing of genuine anymore. Of course, you pay either in a religious place.
Yeah, I see.
Huh?
I see. I see. How much
Don't
do you
have to
pay
be
out
like
of
this.
interest? How much would you be paying?
Pretty somewhere, I think around $100 a week. Yes, big
Okay.
money. For me, it's big
Yeah,
money.
yeah, it's big. Yeah, I see.
For me, it's big money. Still, it's okay because they teach me a lot, of course. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Still.
but the relation, as I say, is not genuine. It's funny. That's what's very bothering me.
And that's why you.
I say, okay, I do it. I try to learn just what I want to learn from me for fun. But I didn't get this experience as honest, as like as
Yeah. I see.
naturally as other place.
Got you. Got you.
And I see this also coming here a bit in Nepal. Not that much, but still, of course, they are spoiled with this thing a lot. The mentality of the people with the foreigner is just it's a big begging bowl sometimes, and it's very sad. It's
Same.
very sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can do much more, or something they don't do. They're just waiting for somebody to do for them. So like everywhere, any country have his own big problem, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also here, I'm sorry to say, they're going in the direction as everybody else. I'm sure that what I will find in India next more than already what I think here is wrong and it's going in the wrong place. I think there it's already more.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see how you find
So
it.
I will see. I
really
still have
will.
to see.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm quite sure that will be like this. For what I hear, what
It's intense.
my mentality.
Yeah, certainly it was. Yeah, I'd be fascinated. I'd love to catch up with you actually in a few months or in a year or so and understand how you felt about India and how long
Oh,
you
yeah,
last
yeah.
stayed there for.
We'll
Because
see.
it's, I loved it. I fell in love with India, but yeah, the cities and the people are very intense. They can be incredibly engaging and heartwarming, but you got to get through that bullshit level. That every single Indian seems to have a bullshit level of.
That's the problem.
And you're like, let's just get through this bollocks, like I'm a foreigner shit, and let's actually chat, there's, I find that with the majority of Indians, there's always that initial, like, money? We pay now? We're just having a fucking conversation. I came for a
Exactly.
chai
What
and
is
talk
this?
to you about
What
your
is
culture, and now I've got to pay for that shit? Nah,
Exactly.
fuck that.
That's terrible.
So, yeah. Oh, excellent, man. So now Nepal, how long have you been here for?
3 months.
Okay.
No, it's 3 months, yeah.
Okay.
I see a bit of this as well. I see a bit of that thing as well. And yes, it's a bit sad, but still very good people, of course. A lot of people help me. So now I'm going to the house of my friend outside of the village. I live in his place.
Excellent.
Very welcoming, of course, no? I cannot speak bad. But still I see that the old tradition is getting lost, Their old way to behave with other people is changing, of course.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Like everywhere. That's the main problem, everywhere.
My auntie's friend moved here, I think 30 or 40 years ago, so from England. I think married a Sherpa or someone here from Nepal, moved over. And she said Kathmandu 30, 40 years ago was tiny. Tiny and beautiful and so spiritual and such an incredible place to come. And now, beyond recognition. This is the most Western place I've been to since in all of India. This is probably the most Western place I've been, in terms of they've got loads of people at the doors and incredible restaurants. Everyone's got beers from every part of the world. And
It's
so,
not what we need, no?
Yeah.
We don't need that.
We need individualization.
We
We
need
need,
this
which is interesting. I think, for me, I'm definitely, like I said before, an optimist. And I think that when and the internet's a great thing for that, you know, in terms of spreading this and getting to a point where we all agree and we go, right, actually individualization is a very good thing, it's a healthy thing. Like, we shouldn't all be the same, but we should learn to live with each other and coexist.
Definitely.
And that's the thing, man. I think, man, thank you. I think we could talk for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, I'd love to, man. I've got to shoot in a sec, and you've got yogurt to eat. So yeah, but mate, we'll keep in touch for sure. But
Sure.
Angelo, an absolute pleasure, man. And
It's my pleasure.
Yeah,
My
we'd love
pleasure.
to do this again.
Enjoy.
Perfect. Man. Cheers, man.
Bankwood Bear Productions.
Cheap and chill.